Hello, students. I'm Yogita. Welcome you to this learning session. Our subject is psychiatry nursing, and today we are going to discuss about a phobic anxiety disorder. Now, before that, let me tell you what is anxiety. Anxiety is a normal phenomena. Even I get anxiety, you get anxiety. Everyone will experience anxiety in our life. Now, anxiety is a condition where we will feel like we are feel uneasiness when we anticipate the danger. Now, anxiety disorder is an abnormal state where person is having physical and psychological symptom of anxiety when when they feel that they are not able to face the situation, but this don't have any base of organic brain disorder or any psychiatric disorder. Okay, now what happened in case of phobic anxiety disorder? Now, phobic anxiety disorder is a condition where person is experiencing uneasiness. They are experiencing unreasonable fear towards a specific object, situation, or activity. This is also characterized by irrational fear. Okay, now see, for example, now I am scared of a snake. Okay, I'm scared of snake. If I see any snake, okay, I don't go near to that. I'll go inside my house. I will take all the precaution measure because I'm getting anxiety or fear because of that. Now I'm seeing a snake. Because of that fear, I will lose my all the attention. I'll lose myself, my control. I'll get faint and fall there. See, these things will not happen to me because if that is irrational fear what I'm having. Okay, when I'm having anxiety towards to that snake, it's a normal phenomena. I will take all the precautions. I'll do everything what a normal person does. But when it is beyond the limit, when you're not able to handle, then that will called as phobia, phobic anxiety disorder. Now mainly there are three types of phobia. Simple phobia, social phobia, and acrophobia. Now, simple phobia means it's also known as specific phobia. That means individual is having a fear towards specific objective or any situation. I can give you some example like hematophobia, fear of blood, microphobia, fear of microorganism, brontophobia, fear of thunder, gametophobia, fear of marriage, zoophobia, fear of animals, claustrophobia, fear of closed space, acrophobia, fear of height. See, these all are the specific fear towards that specific situation or activity. Next is social phobia. Now, social phobia means a person is experiencing uneasiness, excessive fear when he is facing the audience or when he is facing some other people, strangers. He is not able to manage himself. He is feeling ashamed, like embarrassed or humiliation. So he is not able to handle. This is condition called social phobia. Now, acrophobia means here the person is experiencing uneasiness and fear when he is far from the known setting. Now, definitely a known familiar setting is a home, a workplace. Now, when he is away from that, like somewhere in the crowd or when he meeting any strangers, he is experiencing this uneasiness and he is anticipating danger. Yeah, he is feeling excessive of anxiety. Okay, so this is all about types of phobic anxiety disorder. Now, what are the clinical feature? Now, generally when you see all these three types, we can see a common clinical features like they are having excessive fear, excessive anxiety, uneasiness, and they are not able to give attention and provide concentration and think about the matter, and hyperventilation, palpitation, dry mouth, coated tongue. What else? Like excessive of stress, some butterflies are in the stomach, they're not able to face the people, they're not able to have a easy communication. Then they definitely they find it too difficult to speak with others. Increased respiration, increased heart rate, increased blood pressure. See, we experience all these symptoms when they're having phobic anxiety disorder. Now, what's the reason? What's the etiology of this? Some says that a psychodynamic theory, like it is because of that fault repression from the childhood. A defense mechanism it is used faulty. That repression. That means repression means person is having unconscious, irrational, like selecting a situation and want to forget that. Okay, now when the person is not able to do that, when the defense mechanism is not used properly, then there is a chance that person may develop this phobic disorders. Or cognitive theory here says that some faulty thinking, person is having some abnormal thinking, person is having some faulty perception and negative thinking and perception about the situation, that also may create excessive of fear and anxiety in the individual. Then how can we diagnose? Now definitely we can go for this detailed history collection, physical examination, mental examination of a patient. We can assess their stress and anxiety level test. We can do some blood investigation where we can find increased changes in their blood chemical level. Then we can go with ICD-10 criteria to make the diagnosis. How we can treat the patient? Now in pharmacologically we can give some anti-anxiety drug, anxiolytics to the patient. We can give some benzodiazepam. Okay, in case if the person is not so good in responding to the anti-anxiety drug, anxiolytics, then we can give some beta blockers to control the symptoms of a patient. Now apart from that, we can go for a psychotherapist, provide a behavioral therapy to the patient in that desensitization, where expose the patient to the stimulus which is unpleasant to him and he is expressing his stress. Then you make the person to relax and again you make the patient to express himself to the same stimulus. We learned in behavioral therapy we can provide psychological therapy, we can provide cognitive therapy, where we are trying to change the thinking pattern of a person. We are trying to change the faulty thinking pattern of a person, then we are able to help the patient. Providing psychodrama. See, we learned in detail all the therapy, so that what we are implementing here to treat the patient. And definitely nursing intervention, assess the condition of a patient, do the physical examination, check the mental states examination, assess the level of stress and anxiety of a patient. Also assess their level of communication, their thinking, comprehension, the way they are dealing with their routine life. Now, provide a calm and quiet environment to a patient. Avoid unnecessary stimulus to the patient. Avoid expressing, as a nurse, avoid that you are expressing your anxiety in front of patient. Always provide a good psychological environment to the patient so that person feel mentally stable. Provide psychological support to your patient. As well as now, help the patient to verbalize his feelings. It's very important that we will have a good communication with the patient, so that patient is able to pent up his emotions, he is able to verbalize his feelings, thoughts, ideas. So this will help the nurse to help the patient to reduce his stress and anxiety level. Provide all the positive and good reassurance to the patient, so that patient is able to handle the level of stress in his life and patient can lead a normal life. So this is the way how we can write an answer for phobic anxiety disorder. I hope you understood. And for the treatment purpose, whatever the therapies we are doing, behavioral therapy, cognitive psychotherapy, whatever, we can see the previous videos which will help you out to write your answers. Until then, take care of yourself, so that I'll see you in next class. Thank you all.